On this episode of Tow Tank, our first three contestants lay it all on the line and pitch their business idea to our panel of judges. But this is just the beginning. Which of these contestants will take their business dream to the next level, and which ones will get tanked? This is Tow Tank. Welcome to Arlington, Texas, home of the Rangers, Cowboys, and the Arlington Convention Center, where tow truck drivers from all over the United States come to see what's new in the industry, catch up with old friends, and possibly win a check for $10,000. But first, they'll have to impress our judges.
What do you think you would pay for it?
He's a nice man, without a doubt.
Oh, good answer.
Maybe really liking you for that.
My name's David Barton from Stockton, California. This is my wife, Kim. I'll let her talk.
We do big rig towing, and so we came up with the driveline buddy.
Okay, welcome to the tank.
Recently, a couple of my guys got hurt, removing the drive lines. And so that got to me thinking of come up with a system that we call it the driveline buddy.
Driveline buddy.
Yes, sir.
Great, will you show us or tell us a little bit more how it addresses the problem?
A lot of us through the years, we've always tied them up with a rope. We hear some drivers use baling wire, rubber snubbers, and what have you, and it works as well. But with some today's new trucks, there's a lot of obstacles that we're finding down in that area where that becomes a problem. With this system, that eliminates those problems.
Does that fit on all manufacturers?
We haven't
On
found
big
any
trucks.
yet that
On commercial Class A
on
trucks.
your Class A, Freightliners, Peterbilts, Volvos, your box trucks like Internationals.
Let's see it. Put it together. Let's see it.
Okay, there. So first of all, this is a suspender, we call it, and it's spring-loaded, so it makes it real handy to install. So it slides in here. It has a lock nut. It has a wrench that's with it, stays with it all the time, so you don't have to look for it. You snug it up. And it tightens up there good and tight, so it won't move. Then the next thing is we have the cradle that supports the drive line once you undo it. And they have these safety plates so it won't be able to jump off of this when you're going down the road if need be. We feel it really has a great potential out there.
How many do you feel you could sell?
Right now we have sold, we were at the Las Vegas show and we sold 25. I've sold some online since American Towman came out, and I've had several calls. We just have sold so far in the last today, and yes, we've got about 10 that we sold. We manufacture them ourselves.
Yeah, I build it
The whole
myself
thing.
in the shop, and she's right
the
next
whole
door
thing.
with me or whatever.
Do it all.
doing
How
it.
scalable is the manufacturing?
If it took off, we're going to need a manufacturer.
When it takes off.
When it takes off. We're old. We don't want to
So the only other product on the market is just
This
using
is
a rope.
the only one that we're aware
rope
of. That,
ratchets.
So you said you had driver injuries that caused this. What?
Well,
They
what
just
happened?
smashed their hand or something?
Yeah, my senior driver, one fell on his finger.
Okay.
I got to go out that night and finish the tow or whatever, so he went to the doctor.
So I will tell you a quick story. I wear glasses because a drive shaft injured my eyes. So that's actually why I wear glasses.
How much is it?
$300.
$300.
Guys, listen, it was a great presentation, amazing product. I love it. We're out of time.
Okay.
Okay. Yep,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How did it go? I think it went real well. I think they got the concept of it,
It blows my mind.
I love that product.
and we're real proud of it.
Well, the judges seem impressed, but let's move on to our next contestant.
I'm David Lambert, Orlando, Florida. Well, I've been in the industry for 35 years, a trainer for about 15, and I noticed that a lot of people don't have training in this industry. So I figured out why people aren't going to training, and I tried to overcome those objections.
So tell us about yourself, David.
I've been in the towing industry for 34 years. I've been in training for 16, and I've probably trained and certified approximately 5,000 towers.
Wow. And what do you need the money for?
I need it for funds to advertise. I mean, I have a great program. I need people to know I have a great program. And
After training 5,000 towers, shouldn't you just have a lot of repeat business that just keeps coming in?
well, it's a 5-year certification, so I hope I see them every 5 years, or somewhat less than that.
It's software based, right? It's not just a website?
Yes, you go online, you can pay the $39.95 for the 2-hour video.
So it's a $40 sale.
Yes, it's $40 to watch each video twice.
And there's
It's
a test
16
tied
videos.
to it?
I'm sorry?
Is it testing tied to it?
This is not certification. This is a training program. It's 2 hours. Certification, I think you have to sit in front of an instructor, talk to them, ask questions during the presentation, go outside, perform hands-on, come back in and take the test. This is video. That's not certification.
This is an education in the industry.
But does the owner of the company get some kind of documentation that the person watched it and understood
Yes,
it?
right.
So, Dave, what does it cost to take a regular training class when you go and do a 1-day class, or somebody does a 2-day class? What's the average cost to the owner of the company or to the driver? What does that run?
Most training classes, to get the amount of information I'm giving in these 2 hours of videos, you have to go to a 2-day class.
So this is tow training. This isn't teaching somebody how to recover a car and stuff like that. What this platform is. This is teaching somebody how to properly operate a tow truck. Is what this
is. It is how
is.
to load a wheel lift car carrier dollies.
You're in the videos?
Yes.
Are these shot from a professional company?
Yes,
in there?
professional K-band.
Your training platform could in essence be competing with other training videos on YouTube. In other words, a tower, if they're not getting certified, they may just go to YouTube to learn how to work versus,
Right.
Yeah, I've had people say that I've.
David, our time's up. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Okay? Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, David.
Nice job, Dave.
How did it go? They started asking questions really quick, and
I can't imagine is this 100? We didn't see it. I mean, you should have been playing it on a loop so we could see it or something, because I don't know what we have here.
I feel very good about my chances because this is so important to the industry.
We have nobody in our industry teaching us how to tow. We have everybody teach us how to recover a car or do something different, but we have nobody teach us how to tow.
These 3 contestants would love to walk away with the 10.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Grimes from Southern California.
My name is Adam Wolves from Orange County, California. Some of the money is going to be great for us to get more product made, help with our website, packaging, things like that.
You know, the 5,000 is great. It'd go towards expanding the line of products. We're currently designing more models already, more sizing to fit kind of every diameter of tubing. So this would obviously help that quite a bit, but it's more the exposure.
Okay.
Gentlemen, please introduce yourself and welcome to the tank.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for having us. My name is Kevin. This is my partner Adam.
I'm Adam.
And our company is Barcuffs. It's a product we designed and developed to protect and secure motorcycles of all sizes and other power sports vehicles such as Raptors and buggies. And Adam's the inventor.
Yeah, I came up with the idea from years of transporting my own dirt bike over windy roads, and I'd always find that my tire would move while transporting it. And instead of keeping my eyes on the road, I would end up looking in the rearview mirror at my tire and my bike, hoping it wouldn't fall over and damage my property, instead of watching the road so I wouldn't hurt and damage other people's property. So I was racking my brain over trying to think of something that would help prevent the tie downs from moving, which would in turn prevent the bike from moving. So I came up with an idea, kind of like a handcuff, hence bar cuffs. So it's a stainless steel forged metal clamp with rubber grommets that are interchangeable. There's 3 sizes. You have 1 inch, you have 7/8, and you have 1 1/4 inches. Now 7/8 are a lot of vintage bikes, Japanese bikes, European bikes. You have your inch, which are mainly stock American bikes, and a lot of stock overseas Hondas and things like that. Then you jump up to your 1.25 inch, which are your chubby Harley bars or your grips. 95% of stock grips on bikes are 1.25 inch. Scooters, very tough to tie down to. They have fairings, and you really can't tie them down. You see guys saran wrapping them on trailers, trying to get them stable. So I developed this product, and here's a display right here of an inch. These are stock inch Harley bars.
So how long has it been in production?
Been in production for about 7 years.
7 years?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Where are they manufactured?
China.
And what do you have for sales? And I don't really care about those 7 years, just say last 12 months.
Sales last well, actually this year alone is probably about like 20,000. Majority of that is Adam and myself, but Adam mainly goes to a lot of the shows for riders. Could be Harleys to street bikes. And every time we go, we have a great show. We pick up a few resellers here and there, but the big distributors are the ones who they're selling products that are much cheaper because they're just selling the tie downs, or our competitors' products are less expensive. And so then they end up kind of not being interested, but yet every show we go to, we continue to do really well.
To the end user, so the individual user is buying it, you're not really having a lot of luck with distributors taking on this product line.
Correct, yes.
And how much do they go for?
They retail for $50, $49.95.
Okay, and is there a competitor in the market that has something similar for more or less?
Just soft ties.
Soft touch,
Yeah, our Canyon Dancers, which are less. Soft ties, you probably get, 15 bucks.
Also called bar harness. They go over the grips, and then nylon straps hang down, and then you hook the tie down to those.
Do they accomplish the same thing?
They do, but they're limited. You're really limited to the bikes. If you have a sport bike that has knuckle guards, those are pretty much out of the question because the end cap you can't get it over. So with something like this, it's 100% universal, and it fits anything from your handlebars to your crash bars. It's a great point of location for a tie down that will normally slip or slide on a tubing, which will in turn,
Was a shift.
shift and loosen up.
Hold a couple?
Yeah.
What product testing have you done? Other
we-
than just strapping down some bikes, what product testing have you done?
Kevin did some machine testing on it. Well,
We've taken them to a lab to get the strength tests, and it could literally pick up a tank. Probably literally. We've taken it, when it pulls down, the bar or the tie down hook actually straightens out and slips through that before it flinches.
So my question being is that a lot of the newer bikes have aluminum handlebars and everything else, and they're actually requesting that you not tie to the handlebars.
Right.
So do you guys have a product? Are you developing something? Are you looking at something to stay with the industry trend of changing off the bars? Or you're here?
yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes. You want me to go into that?
Yeah, just real quick. I just
Okay, we are developing a same thing, just a larger one, to wrap around the actual forks.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Right above the triple clamps. Yes.
But here's the thing, y'all. I saw you guys in Vegas. You guys were exhibiting in Vegas,
Yes, sir.
right? And if I remember correctly, the first day you sold out, and one of you two or somebody on your team drove back to California, loaded the truck up, came back to Vegas to replenish your stock. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah.
So how could you only have 20 grand in sales with what seemed like such success like that?
Well, to be totally honest, we were doing a lot of consumer motorcycle shows, motorcycle expos, where it's you and your wife come and buy maybe one or two pairs.
But doesn't that tell us that the marketplace, therefore, what you basically found out is that the market wasn't as broad as you thought? It's actually more narrow.
Well, sort of.
The end consumer is the tow truck market. Depends. You could own 35 trucks. In Vegas, for example, I sold a whole box of them for 30 of them to one guy because he had 30 trucks. One guy might have 5 trucks. To where the end consumer at motorcycle shows, they only have 1 or 2 bikes.
You guys have day jobs, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So how are you able to manage your day job, which pays the bills, and the industry environment?
This is strictly after work and weekends. I worked all week and came here for this.
Do you wish that you didn't have to do your day job and this was strong enough?
Well, I work for my family, so yeah, actually, that's a tough question. I love what I do. I help my family out, so of course, I have a passion for riding, and it's turned into a passion for helping other people protect their bikes.
Have you done anything with the motorcycle dealers?
There are a couple dealers in my area that I have sold them to. A couple BMW dealerships. You guys have heard of Malcolm Smith Motorcycle? Probably. They're huge in Riverside County. We sold to them, and Langston. He's an old AMA Supercross rider. It is.
Let me, at a motocross race, whether it's for amateur for kids all the way up to pros, how many motorcycles would a pro bring to a motocross race?
Oh, they could bring half a dozen or a dozen.
Each guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But do they strap them down in the trailer, or is it's not necessary for those guys?
You only have a certain points where you can tie it down to. If you're packing your trailer full, you might not have an ideal spot. When you're tying down something that has limited areas or point of locations to tie down to, it gets kind of tricky of where you're going to tie it down to and how you're going to do it if you have multiple bikes.
I got a question. So I have some friends of mine who are big into mountain biking, and those mountain bikes, they get pretty expensive.
Yes,
would
they do.
Would this work on those?
Oh yeah.
Have you guys looked into that, like to those kind of markets?
Yeah, it's just we started in the motorcycle consumer, rider shows, and the tow industry was our first one expanding out of that market.
Right.
That's a good idea, Tim. My son used to race BMX.
Yeah.
And we always, in all honesty, we always had trouble tying his bike down because it was a $3,500 bike.
Yeah, and I've
Not
seen
only
other.
what we've said so far about protecting, scratches and blemishes, for high-end bikes and making things more secure, but it really is so much faster. Once you have your bike up there.
Okay, guys, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job, man.
I think it went well. Yeah, I think they were open to the idea. They seemed to have a lot of interest.
So my question to them simply was, are you going another direction? Because this is obsolete, tying to the bars. They're crossing, everything is fine. Now everybody ties to the tree itself.
They have some skepticism about our sales, but I think considering the shows that we go to and the sales that we do have, they actually do really well, and I think they saw it.
But they're in market. It's not just an idea at this point.
Exactly.
They're ready. I don't know why this isn't in dealerships.
I'm not much into this, so I don't really know the configuration, but it seems like, Tim just said, you might want to.
So it was a great opportunity for us to get out in front of them, hear some questions that we really need to take back to the board and move on.
These three contestants would love to walk away with the 10 grand, but they'll have to wait because we still got 4 more contestants, all of which believe that they've got the golden idea. But that's for our judges to decide.